Assalamu alaikum. 6 p.m. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Kanooz Ashraf. First, the headlines. Pakistan today successfully conducted training launch of short-range surface-to-surface ballistic missile Nasr. Finance Minister says tax reforms package will increase investment in the country. Foreign Office has reiterated that politically negotiated solution is the only way forward to bring peace and stability in Afghanistan. Pakistan and Turkey have agreed to continue cooperation at multilateral fora. European Union Brexit group says withdrawal agreement cannot be renegotiated with Britain. And the third one-day international between Pakistan and South Africa will be played at Centurion tomorrow. Now the news in detail. Pakistan today successfully conducted training launch of short-range surface-to-surface ballistic missile Nasr to enhance operational efficiency of Army Strategic Forces Command besides revalidating the technical parameters. This training exercise involved launching of quad salvo for desired effects. The launch was witnessed by Chairman Joint Chief of Staff Committee General Zubair Mahmood Hayat, Director General Strategic Plans Division, Commander Army Strategic Forces Command, senior officers of the Army and scientists and engineers of strategic organizations. General Zubair Mahmood Hayat appreciated the standard of training and operational preparedness of Army Strategic Forces Command. The weapon system has augmented full-spectrum deterrence, posturing remaining within the policy of credible minimum deterrence against prevailing and evolving threat spectrum more effectively, including enemy's ballistic missile defense and other air defense systems. Finance Minister Asad Umar says government has started the first phase of giving relief to the people and bringing reforms to achieve economic stability. Talking to a group of anchor persons in Islamabad today, he said consultations were held with stakeholders to devise a course of action and difficult decisions had to be taken. The Finance Minister said the purpose of reforms package is to increase investment in the country. He said taxes will be on profit earned and not on the investment. Asad Umar said financial package has been given to increase the capacity of local industry. Underpinning the role of private sector for development of national economy, he said private sector is being encouraged for job creation and increasing the revenue and exports. He hoped that the target set in the finance bill will be achieved by September this year. The Finance Minister said governance is a real issue in the public sector institutions. Meeting of Federal Cabinet was held in Islamabad today. Prime Minister Imran Khan chaired the meeting. It discussed overall political and economic situation of the country. Foreign Office spokesperson Dr. Mohammad Faisal has regretted that India is showing a childish attitude towards finalizing the draft agreement on Kartarpur corridor. Speaking at weekly news briefing in Islamabad today, he said Pakistan on Monday had shared a detailed proposal along with the draft agreement with the Indian authorities in line with the spirit of Prime Minister's vision and invited an Indian delegation to Pakistan to discuss and finalize modalities for the agreement. He said instead of responding to Pakistan's proposal, India sent a set of 2 dates for a Pakistani team to visit New Delhi for the purpose. The spokesperson assured that Pakistan, unlike India, would come out with a very mature and well-considered response on this highly important matter and respond to the Indian move very soon. Responding to a question on latest ceasefire violations by India on the line of control, he said India resorts to such tactics just to cover its ongoing oppression and atrocities against innocent Kashmiris in occupied Kashmir. To a question, Dr. Mohammad Faisal rejected the Indian claim about sinking of its fishing boat in Pakistani waters on 17th of this month. He, however, said poaching in Pakistani exclusive economic zones is a frequent activity by the Indian fishing boats. When asked about Afghan reconciliation process, the spokesperson said Pakistan and Qatar are providing the necessary support and facilitating the ongoing talks between Afghan Taliban and the United States in Doha. He said Pakistan's stated position on the Afghan peace and reconciliation process remains the same, that intra-Afghan dialogue and a politically negotiated solution is the only way forward to bring peace and stability to Afghanistan. He said,
the ongoing round of talks between US and the Taliban in Doha. Negotiations are between the two parties, that is the US and Taliban. Pakistan and Qatar are providing the necessary support and are facilitating the talks.
He said it is the shared responsibility of all the stakeholders to continue their positive role in furthering the peace process in Afghanistan. Chinese ambassador to Pakistan Yao Zheng called on Army Chief General Qamar Javed Bajwa in Rawalpindi today. According to ISPR, matters of mutual interest were discussed during the meeting. This is Radio Pakistan. Pakistan and Turkey have agreed to continue their cooperation and multilateral fora. The understanding came during the 6th round of Pakistan-Turkey bilateral consultations on non-proliferation and disarmament issues held in Ankara. The Pakistani delegation was led by Director General Arms Control and Disarmament Mohammad Kamran Akhtar, while the Turkish side was led by Turkish Foreign Minister Ambassador Alper Koskan. The two sides had a detailed exchange of views on the entire spectrum of developments in the area of non-proliferation and disarmament. Both sides also discussed the evolving global and regional security environments and their impact on the global arms control and disarmament agenda. European Parliament's Brexit group says it would not approve an agreement on Britain's departure from European Union that does not contain a full backstop provision to avoid a hard Irish border. In a statement, Brexit steering group reiterated that withdrawal agreement is fair and cannot be renegotiated. The statement said EU remains clear, firm and united on this even if the negotiated backstop is not meant to be used. Earlier, EU's chief negotiator Michael Barnier said backstop could not be time limited. United Nations Chief Antonio Guterres has called for an independent investigation into reported casualties that had occurred during the unrest in Venezuela. Addressing a World Economic Forum in Davos, Guterres said that Guterres has urged all parties in divided country to enter peaceful negotiation. Meanwhile, Russia has warned the United States not to intervene militarily in Venezuela. Russian news agency cited Deputy Foreign Minister Sergei Ryabkov as saying such a move would trigger a catastrophic scenario. Vietnam has expressed willingness to play an active part in dialogue between the United States and North Korea over denuclearization of Korean Peninsula. This was stated by Foreign Ministry spokeswoman Lee Thi-Hyung while addressing a news conference in Hanoi today. He said Vietnam has no information about a summit between US President Donald Trump and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, but it would be able to accommodate them if asked. In Iraq, 43 militants were killed when pro-government forces carried out shelling on positions of Daesh militants in Al-Baghous village. The leader of forces, Qasim Musli, said militants were preparing for an attack on security forces on the border between Iraq and Syria. Third one-day international 5-match series between Pakistan and South Africa will be played at Centurion tomorrow. The match will start at 4 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. The series is leveled 1-1. And finally, the weather report. Mainly cold and dry weather is expected in most parts of the country during the next 12 hours. However, light rain with light snowfall over the hills is expected at few places in Gilgit-Baltistan. Dense fogging conditions are likely in plain areas of Punjab and Upper Sindh during night and morning hours. To end the news, some of the headlines once again. Pakistan today successfully conducted training launch of short-range surface-to-surface ballistic missile Nasr. Finance Minister says tax reforms package will increase investment in the country. Foreign Office has reiterated that politically negotiated solution is the only way forward to bring peace and stability in Afghanistan. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com Radio Pakistan News Official.